Hello, everyone. Sorry, making a quick camera angle adjustment there. I always want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy play date. Let's see who we have in here. We have a whole bunch of people waiting already, which is awesome. Simon's off cooking. No problem. You know I'll read everything out loud for you, right? And Belle's here. Hi, in and out because of family. Again, understandable. Natasha's here. Shane, good morning, my son. Jamie Kelly on the iPhone. Brenda Chung, hello. Kathy Peterson, hi. Michelle Selke here for a little bit at least. You know, I appreciate that even if you can't stay for the whole time that you guys pop in. It actually means a lot. So thank you for coming, and I hope you're enjoying it. Elizabeth, hello. Wendy's here. Bastet, hi. Elle, my daughter, hello. Sue, listening and cooking as well. Are you and Simon collaborating? Patrice, good morning or afternoon. I don't know what time it is for you, Patrice. Jenna's here. Hi, my friend. Emily's here. Chris Kelly, hello. Oh, why with the chat jumping? Why? I was on a roll too. Dang it. Lily of the Valley from Virginia. Mendy's here. And congrats that your husband is getting out of the hospital today. And of course, that takes 1000% priority. So lots of good wishes and love headed your way. Let's see, who else do we have in here? We have White Tree Tarot. Hello, Miss Kristen. Crohn's Intuition. Kimberly with your purple hearts. I always know it's you, Kim. Let's see. T-Cat's here. Hello. And Wendy says, interesting that we now have a new zodiac sign. Some say it affects zodiac sign, but NASA say it does not. Oh, yeah, there's been a lot of talk about that lately, hasn't it? They really want to mess with us in our astrology that we've worked so hard on. Kiana's here. Hi, Neem, Essence 818. Hello. I've got questions. Just kidding. I don't know what that means. Long hair, skinny-eyed toe. Hello. That was kind of fun to say. I have to admit it. Let's see. I think I said hi to Lily of the Valley. Tarot Tales. Jack's here. Newbie. Hi. Thank you for saying hello and welcome very much. Jonathan. Aloha. John T. Hi. Oh my gosh, I feel like we have. Okay, there it went again. Chat. Stop it. Can somebody just control my chat for me, please? We have Villain Marie. That's kind of a fun name. Let's see here. Lori Tries Life. Hi. Longman Tarot, hello, right back at ya. Jackie's here, hello. Okay, Becca's here, hi, darling. Heather's here, hello, my friend. Did I make it to the bottom? Okay, if I missed anyone, please know that the chat does that funny jumpy thing. But, oh my gosh, we have 48 people in here already. We haven't even gotten started. So, yeah, exactly, Al. Let's do this thing. Oh, hi, Wiccan222, Naris, nice to see you. All right. See, Jonathan says every 5 to 10 years that 13th sign pops up. Yeah, and then it ends up not changing. Yeah, I feel like we've had this conversation before. You're right. So, sage advice shared. Hello. How many newbies do we have in here? Or maybe just first-time hellos. MA is here. Hi. Okay, so I'm going to get going, but if anybody else comes in, you know, y'all can say hi and welcome them in. And as always, tagging me if you're on a device that lets you do that, or putting things in all caps will ensure I see them, especially when we get to the give me your questions part of Playdate, right? Okay, last week's card, the Seven of Pentacles, which was, I thought we had a great discussion about this card. It was fabulous. And we almost ran a little long, I think, last week. And I was thinking right before this Playdate started, how did this card show up for me this week? Patience is something that sometimes I'm really good at and sometimes I'm really terrible about. But I think for me, hi, Sean, welcome in. The way that this card probably popped up for me the most, but then anything that happened, any card we would have had this week, I probably would have found a way to apply it to this scenario in my life. So one of my fur babies, Vaughn, the one that's always barking in the background, or I'm like, Vaughn, don't eat that, or whatever, right? Stop licking your brother. That's Vaughn, right? He's always the troublemaker. Eddie's the quiet one. So Vaughn had major surgery this week on Wednesday to have a big lipoma removed from like right under his little puppy armpit there. It was like baseball size. And so Wednesday, so I kind of had to work with being patient, staying calm, letting the surgeons do their work, and then trying not to panic and worry that things wouldn't work out. It's like I had done all the research, I had found a good clinic, I had talked to the vet, I put my coins into the mix, lots of coins, but not as many as I actually expected. And everything has turned out for the most part okay. But it really was an exercise in just kind of trusting in the process, if you will. Like, I don't have control over what happens when my dog goes into surgery. So maybe that's how this played out for me this week. I don't know if you all had experiences with this card that you want to share with the group. Looks like we have a lot of people saying hello. I don't know if I think, Gracia, did I just say hello? I feel like I did, but maybe I just thought it in my head. Let's see. Elizabeth said, for me in a relationship reading a friend did for me. Did this card come up, or was that in context of some other conversation? Are you already out of here, Mindy? Are you off? All right. Bye. Well, that was nice of her to stop by. She's probably already gone. So anyway, that was my Seven of Pentacles story. I don't know if it really applies, but like I said, it was whatever card it was. I feel like that's like the big major event that happened this week at work. So as we adjust my head, well then, hi, Gracia. I looked at it as I was talking. I thought, okay, I gotta say hi to Gracia. This is what happens, right? Anyway, and my eyes keep watering today, so I promise I'm not crying. Not yet, anyway. Just don't make me cry. All right, so as we do every week, I want to gather a list of 5 questions that we will answer with our card for the week. So if you have one, please put it in all caps. And let's see what wisdom we can get and collectively interpret together this week in Tarot Playdate. And this is the part where I watch the chat like a hawk. And Longman Tarot is right in there for me. All right. Longman Tarot has a question. What fresh insight can we gain to successfully navigate this new world reality? All right, what fresh insight? Oh, so much insight to be gained. Can we gain to successfully navigate this real world reality? Thank you for the question. And let's see here. And then I have Linda. Hi, Linda, right behind with what can help us through this limbo time of transition and waiting following Seven Pentacles. Oh, no. Well, that's gone. We're not going to reference that again during Playdate. It's okay. It was last week's card. It's totally fine. What can help us? Oh, wait, this was Linda Hawks. I want to write that down. Help us. Shoot. Okay, there we go. Pause the chat. Through this limbo time of transition and waiting. You guys are bringing them quick this week. I really appreciate it, as I always do. Jonathan, how can we best serve ourselves and the collective at the same time? Serve ourselves. Okay, that was my third one. And the collective. Every week I think I'll write faster than I do. I don't. I keep trying different pens. This pen is better than my fountain pen though. I have a new set of pens that I bought. All right, and then we have, okay, Shane's right up there. How can we deal with choosing to change but are fearful? Oh, from Jamie, from my other son? Oh, okay, so Shane / Jamie. Thank you, Jamie. How can we deal with choosing to change? So meaning like, how can we kind of get over our fears that we might have about change? Is that just to make sure I sort of understand the context. That's a great question, but are fearful, not our fearful. Okay, and it looks like I have one more from Emily. How can we hold space for ourselves with healing this week? You know, and that's a great one too, because we're in that Friday night, so night before last, I met up with a friend who we did a balsamic moon Zoom party, just the two of us, with wine, of course. And we were talking about what that means. So after I had done my moon series video, she got really excited. It was so sweet. She got really excited and started researching the moon, and she really connected with the concept of the balsamic moon and the healing release that happens with it. So it's really been kind of top of mind this weekend. So I love that question to kind of help supplement some of the conversations I've already been having. So personally, I thank you, Emily. All right. I know I'm probably way behind in the chat as I have been writing these questions down, but I have 5. So I have from, let's see. Oh, I was like, why are we saying shit, Becca? But oh, it's because she snuck in on Elle. These are great questions. Yes, Wendy. So yeah, you know I'm going to ask for them every time. Oh, hey, Steph. So my friend Steph is in the room. By the way, I'm going to do this to you, Steph. So back on like a month ago, my friend Steph snuck into the chat, and it was actually her birthday that day, and I freaking forgot until like 10 o'clock that night. So would you all do me a favor and help me make it up to her and wish Steph Grisham a very happy belated birthday? Please come through for me, because I still feel guilty. So anyway, happy very late birthday, my friend. We just had her birthday dinner last night, so it'll be in kind of good timing. Thank you, my friends. All right, so yeah, sorry, Steph. Sorry to do that to you. She's probably like, what are you doing to me? It looks like we've had some more people sneak in. We have Zane here. We have Susie, Linda. So hi to everyone who has come in that I didn't see come in while I was chatting or writing down the questions. So just to recap, thanks all for helping my friend celebrate her birthday a month late, because that's the kind of friend I am. All right, from Longman Tarot, we have, what fresh insight can we gain to successfully navigate this real world reality? From Linda, we have, what can help us through this limbo time of transition and waiting? From Jonathan, how can we best serve ourselves and the collective at the same time? From Jamie via Shane, we have, how can we deal with choosing to change but are fearful? And then from Emily, we have, how can we hold space for ourselves with healing this week? Okay, you guys rock. Thank you for helping me celebrate my very dear friend Steph. I appreciate it. This is going to get harder to harder and look at, we only have like, it's getting to be a tiny deck, although we still have more than half left. So no panicking about Playdate ending anytime soon. By the way, in the interview that I did over on Rochelle's channel yesterday, for those of you who didn't know that, I was interviewed by Rochelle at Amethyst Ascension, and somebody said something about, well, what's going to happen when Playdate ends? I'm like, oh, let's not assume that it will. So when we get through these 78 cards, we will think of something to do next. All right, here we go. This got a really good shuffle this week. You guys ready? Oh, upside down. Well, we're not doing that until the end. So somebody wanted a good did I mix? I think I did get these all upside down. Oh, thank you, Emily. Thank you, Neem. It was actually pretty fun in spite of the technical difficulties. So we have a good card today. Hey, Brant, just in time to see us pull like one of the best cards in the tarot deck. So what do y'all think? Oh, an Ohm series, Elizabeth? I know nothing about Ohms yet, but yeah, we're going to keep Playdate going. Don't you even worry. This is like the best part of my week. I'm way too selfish to just let it go like that, you know? Becca's like, hurrah! That's a good reaction, Becca. I appreciate that. White Tree is yippee-ing. Let's see. Here comes the sun. Yes, It's all right. Everybody's singing. Yep, I'm with ya. Wendy says, great happiness, uplift meant joy and success. Yes. Hi, Alana. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. Sue buffered and missed the card pull, but hey, you're just in time for the good news, right? All right, so I'm not seeing any disappointment at this card today. No meh reactions, anything like that. We've got some sun emojis in the chat. All right, Simon says it's a time for new friendships or relationships. That's an interesting take on the sun card. That's not necessarily the first thing that comes to mind, but I love that. Let's see, Kiana. All right, so we're bringing in what we know about this card. What are the first meanings that come to mind? Kiana says fulfillment. Linda, childlike openness with those arms stretched wide, right? You know, put your thoughts about creepy babies aside. Focus on the joy of the child. Elizabeth, personal growth, self-acceptance. Elle says 61 people here to celebrate the sun card being pulled. Heather said, this is a card I always feel a bit meh about, which is more about me than the card. And I mean, you couldn't let me get away with saying nobody felt meh about the card. Right? This is a way to keep me honest, Heather. Well, we got to figure out how to get Heather in touch with this card. Make her feel a little less meh. Can I make that my mission, Heather? Essence, naked baby. Jonathan says, turn your face to the sun and the shadows fall behind you. A Maori proverb. Did I say that right? Susie, regeneration and healing. Just did this card recently, learning it cool. Elizabeth says, it's a card of light. A creepy baby? What's a creepy baby? Simon says, feeling enlightened and having a belief in yourself. You must have gotten your dinner pretty well prepped. Hi, Nancy. It's nice to see you here. Sean says, frivolity, right? Like careless abandon. Just go out and have fun. Playfulness, abundance, love, celebration, says Emily. Alana says, I wish the sun was out right where I am right now. Major thunderstorms happening in Toronto, in Canada. It's gorgeous here. Finally, we've had kind of a meh summer, so the sun's finally coming out. So I think we're about ready to start our summer now. It's July 19th, but we're ready to get started. Elizabeth says, celebrate your success. Lily of the Valley, breathe happy and play. Bastet says, bathe in the energy of the sun. Okay, chat, come back to where I was. Emily, light and love. Chris Kelly says, the sun's light brings truth when it's all-seeing light and healing vitamin D, or with its all-seeing light and vitamin D. Regeneration and feeling content. Kiana, joy, success, happiness, abundance. Enlighten, says Jackie. Renewal, light and warmth, says Elle. Cindy, that tarot lady. Oh, driving with the hubby and losing cell service. Poop. Nothing to do with the sun card, but I saw a poop emoji, so I had to read it out loud. Drive safe, Cindy. I guess hopefully your hubby is driving so that you're not, oh, but you lost cell service. She's not even going to hear me saying this. Wendy, but when you watch it back, Wendy, growth as the sunflowers are growing tall here in the background. Oh, you wrote it before I said it, Heather? Oh, see, I'm behind in the chat. Simon says it's one of the most positive cards in the tarot. Absolutely. Like this one, 10 of Cups, like there's a few that kind of come to mind. But yeah, when we think about the positive, there can be shadowy sides to this card. So I hope we talk about that today. But let's bask in the sunshine for just a little bit longer. Nara says success, optimism, and generally everything working out. Emily, sunflowers can become so large that the flowers get too heavy and then they droop and fall. Interesting to the idea of the reverse card. Emily, I was trying to bask in the sun a little bit longer, but not wrong, right? And let's talk about that at reversals too. I like that concept of the flowers drooping and falling. And then I lost my chat again. Longman Tarot says optimism. Elizabeth, time to reveal everything. You feel better when you get it off your chest. Yeah, a lot of times I look at this card and the first phrase that comes to mind is bringing something into the light, right? Revealing something. A lot of times is sort of how this card ends up coming up for me. Inner child, says Elle. Jonathan, the sun shines bright, removing any darkness that we experienced in the previous cards. We have reached a new level of enlightenment and a higher level of consciousness. Kathy says, naked baby brings joyful innocence. Reach out and enjoy the warm illumination. Bask in the sun. That's what I'm saying. Wendy, we had a lovely sunny day here in the UK. That's good. Yeah, I think Simon said he was going to go out for a walk today and enjoy that beautiful sunshine. Lost it again. Light will return after the darkness, says Wiccan. Let's see. Greatness and success, said Jackie. Move on. Jennifer's being my cheerleader. Thank you, darling, as always. Move on and leave your shadows behind, said Simon. Alana, no matter what happens, the sun will always come out and shine its light at some point. Jessie, seeing that we have the sun. Hi, Jessie. Lily of the Valley loves Simon's interpretation, being confident under the spotlight. Ooh, I missed that. Sorry. Oh, there it is. Self-confident and feeling comfortable when shining under the spotlight. Ooh, that's a good one. I don't really think about it from that perspective, but that is a really good one. Shane says that fluid banner seems to be held high in fluid energy. Also red for passion and strength, right? And then maybe also bringing in that confidence that Simon was talking about. Lori's like, that little baby's going to get sunburnt. Maybe it's wearing its sunscreen. Maybe it had good mama who slathered it. I mean, he is pale and it always makes you look a little whiter when you wear the sunscreen. Elizabeth says, let your inner child come out, be playful, creative, and curious. Jonathan said, the sun depicts a scene of great joy, happiness, life, and vitality. The sun spreads its light over everything. Elle says, clarity, revealing what was hidden, coming out from the darkness and into the light. Peace. We see ourselves and others clearly. Although we are brand new, we are also more ourselves than before. Ooh, I love that. Kiana, good health, achievement, energy, and growth. T-Cat, to me, sun is all, no, don't jump. To me, sun is all about bringing things into the light. It always seems to highlight other cards' meanings. You really can't hide anything when the sun is included, right? That bright light shining like a spotlight, isn't it? Neem says, the only thing that confuses me is that the sunflowers face the sun. Is this shown the other way intentionally on this card? With the sun behind the sunflowers? I don't know, but you're right. They usually like lean towards and face the sun. Good question. Good question. I don't know the intention, but if anybody knows, it'll be fun to find out. Don't be afraid to shine, said Elizabeth. The light at the end of the tunnel, said long hair, skinny-eyed toe, which is like one of my funnest names to say. The child reminds us to look at life with wonder rather than a problem that needs solving, says Wiccan 222. Wendy reminds me of the song from Annie, the sun will come out tomorrow, right? It always brings like hope that things are going to be good. And if they're not good right at this moment, that they are going to get better. Simon said, the naked baby, the child's attitude, expresses abandonment and openness. Shane says, for Jamie, if you spend too much time in the sun being too focused on only the happy things, it will leave you exhausted and burned if you don't also give in to all emotions, right? And a lot of times that's so true. We try so hard to hang on to happiness or joy or all those other things that make us feel good. And sometimes we hold on so tightly that it becomes problematic, head in the sand, right? And then we're not recognizing other things that are happening around us, or we start holding on so tightly out of fear that we don't allow ourselves to move on and maybe experience the other things that we need or would like to experience. So sorry. Yeah, that's got me thinking, Jamie, clearly. Kiana says confidence. Chris Kelly makes me think of throwing caution to the wind. There will be time later to be an adult and be responsible. Do something childish and joyful. Yes. Alana, I hope that baby doesn't fall off. Where are its parents? Hey, you know, the parents, yeah, they could be right here. You don't know. Simon, the red banner reminds us that we are full of vital energy, or we are beings full of vital energy. Got it. Jonathan, the sun is a card of vitality and life. The sun is a card of strong energy, giving you fuel to burn. It allows for growth and development, particularly in the area of inspiration and creativity. Is there a feather, asks Gracia. Yeah, I think, isn't that a feather like right? We haven't looked real close yet, but maybe we could take a moment to do that here. Let me get the focus. Come on, Kahuna. Where are you? Focus on the baby. Oh, it does not want to play. There we go. So isn't that a feather coming out of that baby's little crown, flower crown head on the head maybe? So we have the sun, the sunflowers, naked baby. I think that's a feather, isn't that right? Like right there. I don't know what else it. I don't know what else it would be. Emily says the baby always makes me think of a cherub. Bassett says the sunflowers are a symbol for enlightenment and truth. And then Nara says, baby is loving riding the horse. The horse symbolizes assistance. The help you will need will come when you need it. Jamie says, I'm so excited about this card. Yes, we are having a good card today. Simon says, the red feather links to the Fool and shows us how truly alive the soul is, right? And this, the Fool has come nearly to the end of his journey. Emily says, toxic positivity, right? You got to watch out for that. Always a risk. Gracia says, first time I'm seeing the feather. I love it when we all see something, or some of us see something new in the cards that we get each week. Elle was going to say toxic positivity as well. There's a great deal of wisdom in the sun's face, says Kathy. Simon says the 21 rays of the sun is the 21 remaining elements of the major arcana. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if I knew that. It feels somewhat familiar, but I don't think I retained it. So that's a good one. The baby's parents are in the Lover's card, but what happens when they get to the Devil card? Why does the sun look so angry? So Alana thinks that the sun looks angry, but others think the sun looks wise. All about perception, isn't it? Pop culture has embraced the myth that some flowers always follow the sun. This is inaccurate, says Neem. Only young flowers move to face it throughout the day. Once they reach maturity, they stop sun tracking. That is brilliant, because here we are, even though we have this sort of joyful, youthful exuberance that's happening, we're also at card 19 in the major arcana, right? So we have developed some maturity through the tarot journey, right? So maybe that's being expressed here. Thank you for that. That was really cool. Frankly, Tarot, hello, says the sun has resting bitch face. It can be seen that way. Elle says things like spiritual bypassing, the love and light crew come to mind within the toxic positivity link. Right? So that's why it's like, we need to make sure, because every card, right, has its balance. So we want to make sure that we don't avoid that, because it's not as fun. These are all lessons to be learned. Kiana, sun equals symbol of consciousness, happiness, and self-expression. Heather says, I always think the sun looks indifferent in this card. It's just not, or it's just doing its job of shining, regardless of whether you appreciate it or not. Yeah, that's kind of interesting, because you can just be, it's like, I'm here, I'm the light. Do you choose to step in? Do you choose to step out? Do you choose to enjoy it or appreciate it? Right? I like that. Chris Kelly says, wow, this is the first time I've noticed that. Oh, the feather, right? I mean, it's funny too, because it's like this really dark sort of standout, but you could just think that that's kind of part of like the plant life that's happening in the background, but it has its own meaning. Kiana says the child represents simplicity, innocence, and wholeness. Lori's having a key party with the devil card. Alana, maybe the son is angry that the parents have left their... Alana is very focused on this unattended baby. We continue to, the sun rules Leo, the sign of creativity, recreation, and procreation. Kathy, interesting how the waves of the sun's rays alternate between wavy and straight, right? And I know I've heard talk about what that means, or I've read about what that means, and it's not coming immediately to mind. I don't know if that, Simon and Elle, I know you have this book ready and handy. Does it say anything about the straight versus the wavy lines in our ultimate, sorry, I'm just waving it around, the Ultimate Guide to the Rider-Waite-Smith, which is a nice reference for individual symbols within the card. Okay, while I was asking that, Kiana said, some flowers represent growth, beauty, and strength. There are 4, and they may also symbolize the elements of earth, air, fire, and water. Interesting. Jonathan, the Sun card is card 19. 1 plus 9 equals 10, the Wheel of Fortune. The connection with the wheel expresses the sun to be a good sign of fortune. Remember that the wheel looks like a sun. All true. Yes. Is there any significance to the wall behind the kid? You know, that is also a great question. So let me see if that gets pointed out. You know, is that a barrier? Is that support? So let's see. Here in the book, it talks about the wall, and it says, the sun also stands for the world of the highest and that which is holy. It sheds its rays in our world too, and yet this is separate from the realm of the absolute. Set limits wisely and keep to them. So it's perhaps a form of setting boundaries and limits, but the healthy kind, right? And Patrice, that is one ugly feather, and I can't unsee it now. The walled garden symbolized boundaries, security, and protection. Kiana was in there as I was still reading from the book. The sun looks like the kid. It would have done something really wrong. Oh, the sun looks at the kid like it would have done something really wrong. Like, whoever said you could ride that horse, take the red bed sheets back to your bed. Gracia, the wall, leaving paradise to truly come alive, but once you have left, you will be irrevocably changed. Oh, wow. All right. Just like I can't say numerological until I'm trying to tell you that I can't say numerological. Al says the 21 rays show the remaining elements of major arcana. I think Simon said that too, right? An indication that this card has to do with more than sunny times on the beach, but it's a reminder that all in life's positions demand our conscious attention. Simon put L on the book for me. I actually managed to read and talk at the same time there. Kiana says the white gray horse represents the vehicle for our soul, the physical body. Jonathan, 9 minus 1 equals 8, strength. The sun's connection to strength could be expressing the positive outcomes that strength yields in the end. Longman Tarot, the baby's journey and growth is brighter than the sun itself, which is why the sunflowers are pointing at the child and us rather than the sun itself, which is also expressive of that maturity, right, in the journey. Kiana, red flag equals some energy and vitality. Red feather represents the life force. Hey, you know, that's something about the rays. I feel like I may have read something about it in Rachel Pollack's 78 Degrees of Wisdom, but it's been a while since I pulled that book out, so I don't want to inaccurately say anything, but if I can't remember it in the first place, I don't really have to worry about that, I suppose. All right, any other thoughts on this card before we start maybe diving into our alternate cards and answering some of our questions? Does anybody want to talk about, now I'm not thinking of the reversed meaning of this card, but you know, earlier we talked about some of the other meanings other than just wonderful outcomes, everything's going to be great, positivity, sunshine, not literal rainbows, but assumed rainbows maybe. You know, we talked about bringing things to light. Is there any sort of other, I feel this card sometimes just feels very like it reveals things, but I guess I'm probably just repeating the same. I feel like there's a niggling thought in the back of my head that I want to bring forth. I'll let you know if I fully flesh it out. Elle says the red feather equals the flame of life and flame of joy. Death and fool, vitality, potency, and liveliness. Oh, bringing in the numerology with the Wheel of Fortune plus 1, the Magician. Oh, wait. Wheel of Fortune and 1, the Magician. Where does the Magician come in? The Wheel of Fortune I get because the 9 plus 1. Hermit plus Magician? I don't know. I don't know what we're getting there. I might be missing something. Sean says, although we are maturing, we need to remember our childlike selves, right? Stay in touch with that youthful energy. Wendy says you can get burnt if you stay out in the sun too long, especially if you're not wearing clothes, right? Jonathan said the Wheel of Fortune can also be reduced to the Magician. Okay, so this is what Kiana was saying. The Magician, oh, so going from, got it, from the sun to the Wheel of Fortune, which then 1 plus 0, the Magician. I gotcha. I don't know why I couldn't get there. The sun is an example of what the magician is manifesting, life. White Tree Tarot, sometimes bright light brings out the ugly things hiding in the shadows, right? So things get revealed for sure. Alana, what is in the dark will always come to light. Sun will always shine to reveal the truth. And then the astrological sign or planet being the sun, associated with the sun card. So that makes some sense. Neem says things are revealed aren't always good. Fly too close to the sun and you will be burned or consumed. So bringing in the wall, right? Maintaining that boundary. Don't get quite too close. Yes, Heather. I finally did get there. Oh my gosh. Elle says the gray horse, white innocence and wisdom, gray lack of prejudice or something unnoticed, unconscious. Perhaps we remain unaware of the sun behind us, which bears us. Which bears us? Am I misreading something there? Sue, does the magician wear robes, red robes like the banner, trying to remember? Elizabeth asked me to say that again. So people were talking about how the sun is connected to the magician. So the sun being 19, so 1 plus 9 equals 10, then takes us to the Wheel of Fortune card. And then if we further break down the numerology in the Wheel of Fortune card, 1 plus 0, that gets us back to 1, which is the magician. So that's kind of how we connect the dots from the sun back to the magician. Does that make sense? Oh, Oak Mama snuck in here. The parents are taking the picture, letting that kid just like be loose bareback on the horse. Oh, that's what the book said, Elle, and you didn't quite get that either? Okay, I'm glad it wasn't just me. All right. Shall we look at some more? So I did once again, I did a random draw of my decks in my collection. So I pulled 5 decks to use. And this is going to be an interesting collection today. So let's see what we think. I'm going to, all right, I'm just going to grab the one closest to me. I kind of piled them up in like 2s. So we're going to go kind of dark with our sun card to start. And this is the Haunted House Tarot. So this should be really interesting to see what our take on this version of the card is, because it's the Haunted House Tarot. So it might right out of the gate give us a different spin on the sun card. Oh, or it's just going to be a beautiful sun card. I way overshot that. Okay. So, uh-oh. What'd I do? What did I do? Oh, I had like cards that were backwards. That was very strange. Okay. Oh, sorry. All right. So here's our sun card in the Haunted House Tarot, or Tarot of the Haunted House. So this is by Sasha Graham. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoy it, Neem. It makes me happy every time somebody says that. So she's got the sunflowers. Shh, you don't need to protect the neighborhood. You had surgery, Vaughn. This is really beautiful, actually. And I think what I love about this, it's kind of interesting, like what's happening with her hair, but I love that she's looking more towards the sun, but she's not looking at the sun because that would blind her, right? But holding these beautiful sunflowers, it seems to me to be very content. And the word gratitude is kind of jumping into my head with this particular version of this card. I don't know. I would feel grateful to be sitting and enjoying the day like that right now. Shane says, have you seen sunflowers, by the way? Things can grow through concrete. You know, my neighbor across the street, before the current people that live there now moved in, the people before them had these big, tall sunflowers. Maybe those are the kind of plants I should try to grow, because I killed just about everything. I do not have a green thumb. Neem says it looks like a night wedding photo. Yes, it does. It looks posed a little bit. I do give you that. Tarot Tales says that's a lovely card. She looks so reflective in thought. So maybe she's taking this time to appreciate her journey and where she's at. Sue says it's static apart from her hair moving. And Bastet also says it looks like a wedding picture. The hair covers the sun in her face. Chris Kelly says, does anyone think Runaway Bride? Okay, so I guess to me it looks like she's sitting, but she really could be standing and moving, I suppose. Couldn't she? But this, is that grass coming up? See, I feel like she's plopped down in the grass. She doesn't look like a hurry to go anywhere. But maybe she ran off without him and sat in the field and decided, you know what? I can make my own happiness. I don't need a man or a woman. It's like maybe she's doing one of those. She doesn't look super happy. So let's take a closer look at her face again. Sorry, I know I got a bright, shiny light right there. Don't shine on that. Maybe if I put it right there. There we go. Can we get her face? Come on, camera. There we go. Yeah, she does have an interesting neutral expression. Come back. I'm still here. So, yeah, maybe it's like the resting bitch face in this sun, right? Maybe there's a little bit of that going on. Is that water or grass in the background? Definitely grass from what I can tell, but is there water perhaps further back? Maybe. She could be like on the edge of a lake because this looks kind of watery. Let me see if I can keep that light. Looks like she's absorbing the warmth and light of the sun. Chris Kelly says she's definitely sitting, but it looks like she's been running away and now she's sitting for a rest to be alone with her thoughts. Quite likely. She looks sulky, said Patrice, waiting for the sun to set, says John. Emily says, oh, I do get sunset vibes from these cards and reminiscent of the first harvest. Oh, I do not know how to say that word. Lugnisad? Is that even remotely close? Shane says it looks like she has the wind at her back, pushing her forward and onward. Do we want to see what Sasha says about this card? Or Los Scarabeo or somebody? Let's see. Raven's glory. Okay, so I think Raven is on a journey here. It overcomes her as the sun arises on her gothic landscape. Growth, exuberance, radiance, enlightenment, harmony, brilliance, and splendor. So not too much different, I think, from kind of what we've already been talking about. Sean says this image is very different. Yeah, I mean, here we have this mature woman versus youthful baby, right? But some people sometimes people do get creeped out by the baby, and so they may prefer Lunasa. Is that how you pronounce? Oh my gosh, I was way off, wasn't I? Thank you, Melissa, and hello, by the way. Her hair is blocking the sun, protecting her from its harsh rays. There is something graduation day-like in this card, says T-Cat. This is from the Tarot of the Haunted House, Janine, and hello, by the way. Looks like she's thinking about how to deal with this new social order, right? And maybe that kind of gets us into here in just a moment. Let's bring our question back into the mix. Shane's noticed something about the wind that I missed. It looks like she has the wind at her back, pushing her forward and onward. Oh, that's kind of a cool way to look at that. Is Mindy back? Or yeah, yes, Mindy, it's a major. We got the sun card. Okay. Hi, Jody. So our first question from Longman Tarot, what fresh insight can we gain to successfully navigate this new real world reality? I think I forgot to write the word new, but I think that was in there. So what fresh insight can we gain to successfully navigate this new real world reality? Well, I'm glad he's able to get out of the hospital, Mindy. That is such good news. Emily, so I do feel the sunset is symbolic of the changes to come because the cycle keeps going and things won't always be sunny and joyful, right? Our wheel of fortune that this comes back to, right? It keeps turning. The wheel keeps turning. The only thing that's, constant is change, all those things. So how do we feel that this answers the question, what fresh insight can we gain to successfully navigate this real world reality? And while you guys are thinking, I'll think on this as well. And I think that there's beauty to be found in the changes that we have been experiencing, right? It's been difficult, it's been challenging, and there are more than just one or two things going on in this world. There's a lot going on in this world, and we don't want to be too focused on just what's happening that affects us personally, but the world at large. But to me, this indicates that if we focus on the positives that these changes can bring, that the outcome is going to result in us feeling more happiness, more joy, more peace, especially with this card. Like a sense of contentment perhaps is coming, right? Val says, perhaps we have the wind at our backs now, even though it doesn't feel like it, right? So maybe we're kind of not pushing against the wind so much anymore, and now we're getting a bit of, we're being propelled a bit by the wind. Oh, I like that. Bastet says, if we follow our inner light, we will always find our way. Oh, I love that too. Emily says, hi, Anj, nice to see you. Emily, it reminds me to make the most of the sun on the hard days. Lockdown had so many days like this. I was just talking about this with my friend Steph last night, and we were talking about how it's been so easy, like even on these beautiful days, and with this whole concept of staying at home, isolating or social distancing or whatnot, that when it's beautiful, it doesn't mean I can't go outside. And I do go outside. I walk the dogs every day, but I haven't really taken advantage of a lot of the beauty that's around me. So week after next, I'm on vacation. And I'm going to go out and enjoy the sun. I have some goals and some plans to do that. Let's see here. So while I was sharing my personal life here, Jonathan, the sun can indicate strong energy, optimism, good health, happiness, and being in the position of a favorable outcome. Look to the good and praise it. Emily says, finding the joy in the little things. Yeah, I mean, that could definitely help us successfully navigate, right? I wanted to phrase that right. Shane says, we might seem ruffled. We might see a far distance ahead of us, but we have the wind at our backs, and you do have that strength and warmth. Focus on what you can hold. Okay, Shane, tarot reader of mine. Nicely done. Emily, we're spending more time in nature too, and we can embrace it. Yeah, if you're not like me and you actually leave the house. So I need to do more of that. Essence says she ran from something, or better yet, pulled, pushed, drawn to something. Susie says sunflowers are hardy. Keep going, right? Withstand, grow through concrete. Chris, I think we need to take time to come to terms with new normal and what it means to us. Don't stress yourself worrying about what people expect from you, and don't force yourself to do anything you're not ready for. Oh, that's good. I like that too. Keep an open mind, says Lily, right? Be open to the things that can be revealed. And when things are revealed to you, maybe light's getting shined on things that make some of us uncomfortable, but don't run away from that. Look toward the light, look toward the future, look to what those things being illuminated can bring into your life and how they can enrich your life and those around you, which we might be getting into other questions. Alana says, her hair to me plays an important role in answering this question. It represents her shield or mask, protecting her from the harsh reality that is, right? So maybe she's turning away from the sun a little bit, and if she would just look a little to the left, she'd get a little bit more light, right? What are we doing, Emily? Going outside? What are we doing? Hopefulness too. Val, since I'm not working, I feel like I'm a kid again, enjoying the summer. See, and that's a great way to focus on that, right? Some people might see not working as a bad thing, or, and I don't know if that's a choice or not a choice, but I like that you're able to enjoy the summer. Wendy, tea time in the Norton household. Okay, have good tea. Let's see. I missed something. Oh, what is that practice where people sun gaze when the sun is safest? I don't know. To take in the energy and vitamin D, etc. Yeah, that sounds scary. Yeah, go out into the sun, but be safe. Does that answer your question, Longman Tarot? Did we do all right on that one if you're still here? Hopefully we did. I think it's around sunset, says Emily. All right, hopefully I didn't miss anything that y'all said. Are we ready for our next card? Okay, we are going to bring on now the Robin Wood Tarot. So we're going classic, bringing in a little 70s art style, perhaps. Okay, let's get this. It's getting warm in this room. I'm glad it's not any later in the day when I do this, because it would get really warm. Which one's in Tarot of the Haunted House or the Robin Wood? All right. So this is not a ton different than our original RWS, but it's got some elements. I think I like the feather better in this one. So let me pull this up close so y'all can see it. And hopefully get that bright light out of the way. Oh, look at that happy baby. That is one like super happy baby. Now, no face in the sun, right? But we still have our red banner. Oh, hi, TK. He's okay. He sounds like a baby himself, but the Teletubby sun is gone. Is that what you call it? Yeah, definitely a better feather. I like that one much better. And we don't have wavy lines in this sun card. We have just straight lines, maybe more direct sunlight, perhaps. Yep, naked baby again. I know, he is so loud, and he's way down the hall. He's way over in my room. Let's see. At least there's no judgmental sun in the background. Elle says, I feel the same, TK. I'm crying at that baby too. Yeah, maybe he was getting all judgy about this particular sun card. Bastet says, with the white rose wreath, it's my favorite naked baby. I don't know. I'm loving the expression on that baby's face. Like, come on. Do you not want to be like as happy as that child? Come on. Luck out the sun. Come back. Baby. All right, I give up. But that is one happy baby. Like this baby, I don't know. And this baby looks a little older, like more toddler. I don't know. This more like looks like this baby's maybe like 18 months old, and this one's maybe like two and a half. I don't know. I think it's awfully cute. There's a bird on top of the flag mast. Well, that's true too, right? So right here, oh, now we focus. Oh, see, there's the happy baby with its fuzzy little cheeks. So cute. 2 sunflowers, Kathy. See, I still see 4 because we have these 2 right here, and then we have these 2 over here. See their little middle part, whatever you call that part. I know what it's called. I'm not that bad with flowers, but it's going to fly right out of my brain now that I put myself on the spot. TK doesn't like that card. Mendy's not a fan. Let's see. Melanie says the baby's knees actually look like the baby is controlling or guiding the horse. It does seem there's certainly a different level of control, right? This baby's legs just like splayed out, like, okay, if I fall off, I fall off. This one does seem to have a bit more control. That's true. That's a good spot there. The feather looks like a horn. So maybe, is that like the devil's side of the baby? Let's see. Becca wants to run from that child. This one is so cute. See, this is what I love about tarot and perception. Let's see. Oh, Becca doesn't like the Robin Wood in general. That would explain it. Myrna says, I see many white folks being shocked, confused by what's going on in the U.S. The unthinkable is reality, and many are being propelled into action. Yes, right? That light is shining for sure. Susie says it looks like a carousel ride. It does kind of. Okay, please remove the baby, then perfect sun card. This one, so this without the you like it better without the baby? There you go. Kiana says he looks joyous. See, Kiana's with me. That's a happy baby. I don't know what my deal is. I didn't know I liked this baby until today. Becca said it would totally put a pillow over my face during the night. Did you ever see, like, what is it? Was it in the 80s or the 90s? You know, Chucky. Are you seeing Chucky in this card, Becca? That child smiles like kids do on diaper commercials. Okay, all right. So Lily of the Valley is noticing that the horse has a very bright blue eye. It does. That is gorgeous, actually. Another good spot. Babies ruin everything, says Elle. The Ghetto Tarot has a boy on a hobby horse, says Oak Mama. Interesting. This baby is older and wiser, has learned not to fall off. Yet it looks younger to me, which is funny. Hi, Kay. Well, we got the sun card. So we're all pretty happy about that. So Becca knows what I mean when I say Chucky. Let's see. Anything else? When a horse has a blue eye, it is called a moon eye. Oh, now that's interesting that we have a moon eye in the sun card. That's kind of cool. Zane, demon child from Village of the Damned. Just check, please. You think it's missing a ray of sunlight. All right. And it's supposed to have, is it 21 rays? Okay, let me start at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, so there's 20 rays in this one, and we're sure there's 21 in the other, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. You are correct. Good eye. It has one less ray. So maybe that doesn't have the same meaning, or maybe the fool doesn't count. Poor fool. Poor neglected fool. Oh, sorry, Becca. I'll do a trigger warning next time. I'm like moving the card up. Close your eyes. The horse has a different expression. Does it? What do we think? They look fairly similar. This one too, this one has like a bridle on and this one does not, which is kind of interesting. Is that the right word, Shane? Yeah, I think this baby looks better than Chucky too, I have to admit. Robin Wood says she put the wings of a songbird on the top of the banner to show that there is song in the child's heart. Oh, that's pretty. I don't have the big Robin Wood book. It's been on my wish list for flipping ever, sitting on my Amazon wish list. I probably should get it one of these days. Let's see what just the little white book says. Oh, it's just keywords. Meh, you guys know all that stuff already. You've already shared it all with me. The moon eye horse is scary. Oh, it's so funny. I think this card just looks happy and lovely. It doesn't scare me at all. Chucky was nightmare inducing. All right, so our second question that we're going to answer with our Robin Wood Sun card. Now, if Becca goes to interpret this card, it could come out with a very different meaning. Linda asked, what can help us through this limbo time of transition and waiting? So what can help us through this limbo time of transition and waiting? And maybe a lot of this is somewhat similar to how we answered the previous card or question, but let's go ahead and do it anyway. The moon eye is pretty. See, Jody, I think the same. So what can help us through this limbo time of transition and waiting? I love what some people were saying earlier about, tapping into that childlike wonder and joy. Like, have a little fun. There are ways to have fun, even though things are different. Being able to step out into the sunshine, appreciate the beauty that's around us, try and see those things that are happening, where change that is happening is good. And while it may not come as quickly as we want, the light is shining. People are seeing things that they haven't seen before. And to me, that just kind of brings it back to giving me hope. And I try to keep it realistic, right? And keep my expectations in check so that I don't fall down and fall off my horse in disappointment. But I do have hope. I see the beauty in the sun card and what that represents. Let's see what you guys all think. Keeping balance, says Oak Mama. Ooh, that's a very good point, right? I love that. Riding a horse naked or something else equally as crazy. Like, yeah, just do something crazy. Chris says, I think we can get there by getting their tight message. I might be missing something there. Enjoy the time we have. Judgment will come when it's time, but enjoy the sun. Enjoy the joy of the sun in the meantime, right? The time of judgment is still ahead. But yes, Kathy says, connect to our root chakra. Jonathan, the sun removes ignorance and brings us new understandings. Use this time to enrich yourself. Shane, enjoy the ride on your horse. Your horse will keep you, or will help get you there. Ride on and enjoy the things around you. Exactly. Shane and Jamie, you were perfect examples of that yesterday. L, find the joy in the little things. Be present, be mindful. We're always rushing around and too busy to really appreciate what we already have. Exactly. Like, look around, see the sun, see the flowers. Just take a moment to be content. Mendy says, expose yourself, but always have a getaway plan, right? So some vulnerability is okay as long as you know how to get yourself out of a situation that might not be healthy. I don't know if that's exactly what you meant, but it's what it made me think. Past it. Like the baby, let go of the reins and just let life flow. It will get you where you should be. Susie said, new views, thank the goddess with youth, or thank new views, thank the goddess with youth and new ideas. Did I read that right? I feel like I might have read that funny. Sean, we will have a positive new perspective to look forward to. Yes, yes, yes. Jonathan, find the things that bring you joy and hope and do the things you love. I don't know if anybody told Heather what the question is, but what can help us through this limbo time of transition and waiting, which I think is kind of a fun question as we're kind of coming out of last week with the Seven of Pentacles. Anj said, try to find joy and have a little fun. Try not to get imprisoned by negative thoughts of the situation that is going on at the moment. White Tree Tarot, just seeing things as they are and enjoy as much as you can. No overthinking. Keep a baby-like mind. Embrace the journey, says Kimberly, right? Hug that horse as you're moving through the landscape. That horse will keep us grounded and bring us forward. T-Cat, do something creative that makes you feel good about yourself. Show your talent to the world, or at least those who love you. I'm thinking that's what you meant. So, see, oh, you guys did good with that one. I love it. I'm loving me some sun card today, let me tell you. All right, our next one. This is going to be interesting with the sun card because it's a black and white deck. So let's see how this brings your thoughts. So I have here the Victorian Tarot by Taroko Studio. And this one has always brought some interesting perspectives to Playdate whenever we have pulled it. All right, so this is a deck that I got like 4 versions of the Strength and Justice cards. So I have to kind of detangle those from this. Here we go. Let's get our sun card. Okay. We're going to keep it simple with this one today. All right. The Sun from the Victorian Tarot. Now, let me see if I can get that close for you. Obviously, we have our big sun with many more than 21 rays, I would say. So this to me is really interesting with this landscape. We have no human in the card, which some people might like, right? So tell me what you think. Let's see. And I'm going to, while you guys are looking at this one, Emily had said, have fun, but be responsible. Don't attend illegal music events, right? Don't go out and get coronavirus. Let's not do that. Myrna said, so much to be grateful for, even though there is such wrong surrounding us. Create. Ooh, I like that too. And Kathy had said, naked baby reminds us not to clothe our feelings. Stay in touch. All right. So Oak Mama says, drama deck. Sean loves this card. Kay says, we experience the journey of the sun after the moon has done its thing. Light at the end of the tunnel. Ooh, I like that too. Chris, does that rock look like a lion to anyone? All right. Do you guys see a lion in the rock? I don't know which rock is the lion. Alana says, very zen feeling. Are those clouds or seawater? See, I saw that as seawater, but you're right. It could be clouds. Like, could these be like the tops of mountains? And then these are clouds. Oh, that's really interesting. Yes. I guess it depends on your perspective. I have lately been really craving the beach or the ocean. And I was thinking about taking my dogs to the ocean week after next, but I just realized my dog recovered from surgery, so probably taking him on the beach is not a good idea. But I need to get to the ocean soon. So I see ocean because I'm craving it. Let's see here. What do you guys think? Susie says, breaking through the clouds or fog. Heather says, I like this card. White Tree Tarot thinks this one looks a little cold. Is it the black and white and the lack of color? From far away, I thought it was the moon card with the rocks at the front, said Al, and I can totally see that. Mendy likes it. Mendy sees the lion. Ooh, so somebody's going to have to, like, I don't know. If you don't have this deck, take a screenshot or something and show us where you see the line, because I don't even think I could remotely try to pick it out because I'm not seeing it at the moment. Oak Mama says, yeah, in the middle. Okay, I'm looking. Yep, not seeing it. But that's happened to me before. And then we get done with play date and I go look at it. I'm like, oh, there's the packs that was in. Is the packs in the 5 of Pentacles? It's in one of the stained glass windows, right? I might have that one wrong. It might be a different 4 of Swords. I think it's the 4 of Swords. Heather said it has a feeling of calmness that you don't see so much in the other decks. Yeah, it's very serene. So it's almost more like this one in a way, right? Even though we don't have the woman and we don't have the sunflowers, these evoke, I think, a similar feeling for me. Patrice says, ooh, nice. It reminds me of the Pacific Coast. Good memories for me. It looks peaceful and solitary. Yes, that's what I think, Patrice, and I want to go there very soon. Love me an empty beach, I think I just saw. Oh no, I just lost the chat. And there's some good comments in here. Shane says this seems very longing, searching out in the sea for that sun and warmth that is breaking through the clouds. Listen to the waves crash against the rocks and feel the cooling spray. Oh, see, Shane, you're not helping with my desire to go to the ocean. Neem says it's going to rain. The sun heating up the water. Yes, rain is coming. Ooh, interesting. A bit of a warning in this card for you. Bastet says, this says graceful solitary to me. Enjoy your time while watching the sunset at the beach. I must have missed the precursor to the lamb and sheep, Oak Mama. So, oh, a creature. Oh, that you guys are seeing in the rocks. Is that what it is? Oh, I need to know what you guys are seeing. Quick, take a picture and then send me arrows and circles and things. All right. Let's see. Love it, says Susie. This reminds me of Haleakala here on Maui, the House of the Sun. Oh, Jonathan. So that is so one of my goals. I've been to Maui twice, and neither time did I do the Haleakala sunrise or sunset. And that, if I ever get back, I am not leaving that island until I do that. Sean sees Alki, which is I live in West Seattle, in the Seattle area, and then Sean lives a bit south of me, but so just right up north on this little, it's not quite an island, it's a bit of a peninsula here, West Seattle, but right at the north tip of it, there's a beach area called Alki Beach, and you can look across and see the Olympic Mountains, and then if you kind of come up and around, then you can look across the water and see the Seattle city skyline. It's a beautiful area. And I haven't been there because I'm afraid it's too crowded. But yeah, I could do that. That would at least be closer if I can go at a time it's not too busy. Emily says, this reminds me of those old-fashioned seaside images. The quote, there's a magic in the distance where the sea line meets the sky. Oh, that's beautiful. I need to remember to come back and write that down or something. Kathy says, light rippling on the waves of the sea, illuminating crystals. So a lot of us are seeing sea. We've had a few people see clouds, or like Jonathan seeing the clouds, but Neem says, sun brings about a cleansing by way of rain also. Don't hate on the rain. Rain is beautiful. And rain is what makes the Pacific Northwest beautiful. Oh no, come back. Okay. Ooh, I like this. Just the sun illuminating the sky. No naked babies on the loose, says T-Cat. Alana says, no lion, but I see one of those mop-looking shaggy dogs in the middle rock. Oh, that's fun how you guys are interpreting that. It reminds me of the song, Feeling Good. It's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. And I'm feeling good. Dunno. Sorry. I got that really in my head just now. Thank you so much, Tarot Tales. Chris Kelly, see the darker rock in center above the title. This one here looks like a lion's head with the mane. Maybe I pull it further back, closer. A lot of times I can see the faces. When people say they can see a face, I can see that. But with the lion, I'm not so much feeling that. I skipped you again. 4 of Swords. Okay, I'm going back to find what Shane said. No, I read the longing part, Shane. I totally read that. Oh, the 4 of Swords with the packs. Yeah, that seemed right. Yeah, I got you. Shane. I think I'm really far behind in the chat now. Sean says this deck has the best cardstock feels. Patrice is like, let's go to the ocean. I'm realizing now what that said. Bask in the heat of the sun, knowing the water is beneath to cool you when you need it. Jonathan, if you want to do sunrise on Haleakala, you need a reservation now, but it's not open during the COVID closure. Well, I'm not coming anytime soon. I was supposed to be going to the Big Island to see a friend of mine in April, but she's at risk because she had a liver transplant, so that vacation got canceled. Other people are saying that Middle Rock looks like a creature with a beak. I just embodied Nina Simone for a minute. Yeah, just for a moment, just before I had a time to go like seriously off key. All right, so from Jonathan, how can we best serve ourselves and the collective at the same time? So how would you answer that question with this sun card? How can we best serve ourselves and the collective at the same time? And I'm going to see while you guys are, it does look like a Washington Park in Anacortes. Okay. How can we best serve ourselves and, sorry, I was trying to catch up on the chat, and the collective at the same time? And for me, I think that being able to find that gratitude, find the beauty, finding that peace within ourselves, what we put out into the world, right? How we're feeling and how we project ourselves out into the world can affect change in this world and can affect other people. And if we can find that place of joy, peace, happiness, contentment, whatever it is that this card brings for you, then that's going to emanate out into the world around you and affect the collective, right? So I would say take those moments, find those moments, whether it's sitting at the top of a volcano on Maui or going to the beach or, going out into nature, finding the sun, right? Don't look into the sun, but you know what I mean? Like get some warmth on your face and on your body and on your mind. All right, let's see what you guys think. Be kind and compassionate to ourselves and others, said Emily. Oak Mama posted some stuff in the Facebook group. That's Melanie in the Facebook group. Basking in the sun alone, says Bastet. We don't know what others are going through, said Emily, right? So being compassionate, you just really don't know. When you find somebody who maybe seems on edge or seems irritable or sad or something and doesn't react quite the way that you want, maybe not first taking that personally and recognizing that there could be things going on in that person's life that you know nothing about, right? Alana says, by embracing peace and reflecting that back on others. Emily says, it's been tough for so many people, so compassion is important. Agreed. Val says, treat others as we'd like to be treated. Empty beach for all, right? And we can share, right? There's enough beach for everyone, in theory. Let's not all go at the same time, but if we rotate, right? Kay says, the ocean is vast and the sun is part of the infinite universe. It encompasses all, the collective. Oak Mama says, by seeing and saying the truth, right? Shedding light. Shane says, this reminds me of yesterday. Jamie and I went out to the beach and noticed that everyone was set up distance from one another. People still wore masks on the beach, still enjoying it, but safe, right? Sean said, oh, this was a good one. Remember our strength to comfort others. Patrice said, self-renewal first. We have to go within and find that peace in order to bring it to others. What Jen said. Is that what I said? You made it sound simpler than what I said. Oak Mama said, by shining the light of truth. Anj said, we need to release our boundaries, stones, and tap into our emotions and meditate and imagine yellow light. This will help the collective. Let's see. If you're having fun, hit that thumbs up. Thank you, Jennifer. Chris Kelly said, it's a very calm, peaceful card. Makes me think of the phrase, less is more. Best serve us and others by maintaining that social distance where we need to, but bring our loving energy to those in need. And then Susie said, does this card offer tides, like the ebb and flow of life? Why not? If you see it, it can be there. What would love do? Asked Emily. I like that. John says, if you're taking music requests, Beatles, Here Comes the Sun, and it's all right. I sang that earlier. Didn't I sing that earlier? Here comes the sun, it's all right. Da-da-na-na-na-na-na. There you go. All right, Kay. The light from the sun provides growth, but needs to be respected. It can heal and hurt. Make good choices by being true to yourself and all. I have to stop singing. I'm going to scare people away. Jonathan, find your inner light and shine it in the darkness. Essence, understand that while you may not enjoy the sun or the water or the land or the breeze, everything is with purpose to serve all, not just one. Everything is with purpose and everything belongs, right? Everyone belongs. Emily, don't sweat the little things. So many everyday frustrations and stresses, but if we can move past them and look at the wider picture of what is really important and being grateful for what we have. Oh, thank you, Kay. I keep it nice and short so I don't have too much time to go way off key and scare y'all away. All right, that was a good one. All right, we have two more. Oh my gosh, you guys, we're running long today. All right, let's bring some cute. If this doesn't make you smile, you're dead inside. Just kidding. There really is no judgment. If you hate this card, you are totally allowed, and I will still love you. All right, so we have our next deck, and I know what this is. Whispering Spirits from Joanna Nelson. Let's see what we got here. So cute. So cute. All right. No creepy baby for those of you. So no Chucky, Becca, if you're even still here. Look. And I love that we have so many of the elements that we have in the original RWS, but presented in such a cute way. So let's see here. I'm going to count sun rays for you because you know I have to now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 rays. It's a nice even number, right? Let's see. The alien looks really zen, right? Oh, and there's this, like, there's a little, like, is that a, okay, sunlight. Sorry. Shiny light. But do you see, like, a cute little focus? It's like its little third eye. I've never seen that before because it's really light, but it's really cute. Yeah, they are the sun, and I love the glowing third eye there. That's kind of out of that shiny light there. Friendship and happiness comes to mind for Susie. The snail he's riding looks like a Pokemon, says Chris. And we only have one sunflower here. Now, I think it's kind of interesting. We don't have any kind of a barrier here. So that's a little bit different, right? It feels more open to me a little bit because of that. But not unsafe, right? So the razor, it's kind of like, you're right. Like this creature is the sun, huh? I never really looked at it. I was always thinking that this little whispering spirit was in front of the sun, but maybe our whispering spirit is the sun, and maybe this means that we can be the sunlight for those around us. Having my own little epiphanies here. Don't mind me. So, oh, this is the one card that doesn't have something origami in it. Sun bendies, says Patrice. We've still got the red banner symbolism. Now the snail, well, it's not probably a literal snail because these are all sort of fantastical creatures, but whatever this creature is definitely going to move at a slower pace than that horse, I feel like, you know? Purple alien baby. I don't even know. This with its little third eye, I think this little creature seems to be a bit beyond the baby years to me, but again, that's my particular interpretation. Elle says, I'll take a purple alien baby over Chucky any day. So I bet Becca would agree with you if she were still here, or if she is still here. Bastet, he's spreading the light crown chakra energy. Yes. Mendy says to Name, you make me want to learn origami and send you little animals. Do you know how to do origami, Mendy? Because that might be fun. Kay loves this card. Oh, the spirit is the sun. This card just got 100 times cuter, right? I had the same reaction. Ren and Stimpy, happy, joy comes to mind. Oh, I hated Ren and Stimpy. I'm sorry if that makes anybody not like me. I really hated that. Shane, it even looks like the little snail has his own little lure sun and is chasing it. Oh, look at that. He does. So the little snail is kind of looking towards its own sunlight. See, that's freaking adorable. That's like making me crazy. Okay, Becca's still here. Tell me you like this better than Chucky, Becca. Let's see. No, I don't know origami, but now I'm determined to learn. So, Neem, do you not like origami? Is this what's happening here? Sean says, I love the creature's little foot. Like, it's little foot. Yeah, there's a lot. Sorry. I get like the fur baby tone in my voice. Patrice, Sue said, I just saw that Patrice, but was going to write dangly thing. So did Patrice see is that a star hanging from the snail's head, inviting it forward? Yeah, a little star, a little sun, something. White Tree Tarot said, I thought that this creature is wearing a hat with small sun rays and a big sun is behind him. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought at first, but now I don't know, I could see it either way, depending on my mood or the context of the question, perhaps. All right, Becca loves this card. Oh, that's good. I'm glad, Becca. I wanted you to love this card. Let's see. Emily says, I definitely get the baby is the sun vibe from the RWS too. Oh, that's interesting. I never really had. It's like a pagan rebirth of the sun god and the Christian parallel, the birth of the son of God, Jesus. Oh, interesting. Okay, Neem, I'm sorry. I missed that you don't like origami. So that got lost in the chat somewhere. T-Cat says he has the sun on his head. Super positive thoughts. Quite likely. This is the Whispering Spirits deck by Joanna Nelson. So this is by the same creator as the Mons Tarot, which recently just had its second edition released. Elle says, I'll send you an origami tarot deck name. Poor name, getting picked on. And this sun is riding a very slow horse, so it will stay with us longer. Yeah, maybe we'll get to stay in the sun a bit longer before we end up riding away from it, right? The little person is happy and content with trust for his ride, says Kay. All is well and their happiness is growing. The sun is demonstrating health and happiness for all of them. Okay, so let's answer the question from Jamie. Oh, this is perfect for Jamie. How can we deal with choosing to change but are fearful? Oh, see, now I think this card is perfect for this, right? Slow and steady, right? That's the first thing that kind of jumps to mind for me. It doesn't have to be rushed. You can take a moment to pause and find the beauty in the things that are around you or that you're aiming for and what that change is going to bring, but you don't have to be in a hurry. We don't have to do it all at once, and we don't have to be pulled like entirely out of our comfort zone. We can make our way slow and steadily and with joy and compassion or some kind of contentment and peace as we move forward, right? I don't know. That's something that comes to mind for me, but I'll be interested to hear what other people think. So I'll read the question again since I was pontificating. How can we deal with choosing to change but are fearful? Slow and steady wins the race, says Jody. Any other thoughts on that? While you guys are thinking, I will also see what Joanna says about her sun card. Well, actually, Trish Sullivan wrote the guidebook for this. So keywords: joy, warmth, and success. Riding triumphantly home, the sun beams with warmth, light, and pure energy, radiating from their headdress as they bask in the success of a hard-won victory, appreciating the recognition and acknowledgement of their accomplishments. Ooh, so also celebrating the accomplishments that you make along the way. Ooh, I like that too. So a message from the Whispering Spirits. Shine brightly and let nothing dull your enthusiasm. You've navigated your way through the darkness and now nothing can stop you. You can simply burn through any other challenges or trial that may come your way. Reflect joy back into the world as you unleash your confidence and vibrancy, attracting success to you like a moth to a flame. Okay, let's see what you guys thought while I was reading that. Kay said, trust in one's desires and path. Good things happen on the way to one's goal. Susie said, eat cotton candy and be childlike. For real, enjoy the day. Elle says baby steps. Neem says, the sun is in you and will rise again. I agree. Take your time one day at a time. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. I already sang that for you. Val, oh, nice pontification, Jen. Thank you. We have a chance to look ahead at the trail we're taking. Don't walk before you can run. Baby steps, Emily. Yes. Baby steps are just as valid and worthy of support, validation as big steps. Absolutely, Al. Like 1000%. Chris, sun relates to the conscious mind for me. Moon about subconscious. Yes, I agree with that, I think. Shine that light on your fears and address them. Are they rational or irrational? The distinction might help overcome them, right? So taking that moment, and we do have those fears, shine the light on them so that you can see, is this really valid? Is this something that I'm making up in my own head, or do I have evidence that this is really a thing, right? So taking those moments to shine that light, I think that's great advice. Enjoy the process and have a good time chasing that star wish, right? Yes, I like that, Bastet. Al, the snail leaves a trail. Look back to see how far you've come. You've survived 100% of your worst days. You can do this. That, I love that, Al. You've survived 100% of your worst days. I got all goosebumpy and chills up the back of my neck. Like, that is my new favorite saying. Thank you for that. That was awesome. Patrice, still navigating our way through the darkness. Welcome back, Jonathan. Imagine no one is watching like you're a kid again, says Emily. Kids have no fears or insecurities of what people think. All right, yeah, props L. All right, so Shane, did that answer Jamie's question? Did we do all right there? And I have one more deck. We are running long today, but it's a major, right? Majors are allowed to run a little long, right? All right, the last one is more going to be just fun, and maybe not everybody will get it, but see what you can do. I have, for the last deck for today, the Game of Thrones Tarot. So for my fellow GOT nerds, we should have some fun with this. For those who haven't seen it, I still think you are going to get something from this card. And frankly, I don't see what this has to do with Game of Thrones. So somebody might have to educate me on that a little bit. All right. Our last and final sun card for the day, I think is really cool, actually. What do you think? I love that swirling of energy that's happening around the sun. I think that is so cool. All right. So is this like a crowing? What is, oh, it's a dragon. Oh, now I see what it has to do with the Game of Thrones. This is one of the baby dragons, one of Khaleesi's dragons. And we have our sunflowers, and we still have our wall, right? Our boundary here a bit. Kay says, sunflowers are my fave. Shane says, that baby dragon is going to grow up to be real big. Yes. Yeah, I thought it was a bird for a minute, and then I remembered this is Game of Thrones, and that's a dragon. So let me pull it up close for you again for those of you who couldn't see it. Try to get my sunlight out of the way. See it? Baby dragon. Look at those wings. Holding on to his little perch. He is not going to be that little for long. Come back. I'll show back up. There I am. Even the dragon can enjoy the sun. Maybe especially because he's going to like fly up into the sky, right? Let's see. What deck is this? This is the Game of Thrones Tarot, Jonathan. Dragon protects, says Susie. Yes. Let your inner dragon roar, says Bastet. Like, really just let it all go. You know? Dragons were the baby, right? This dragon, it's like looking up at the sun. It's like, yes, I am basking in this warm light. Mendy says that was the dragon when she was ruling that desert city where she freed the slaves. Ooh, good recollection there. Interesting. I wonder what kind of meaning that brings to it too, because I feel like, you know, it's kind of like shining a light on the issue of slavery and all of that. Let's see. Shane says, I love that the energy doesn't look particularly like a traditional sun. It's a ball of energy. See, I agree. I love that swirl of energy around the sun. It grabbed my attention right away. So let's see here. I don't want to get too... I don't want to get into the meaning, but here it says the sun is the astrolabe with the Westerosi sun at its center. So from Game of Thrones, for those who know it, the astrolabe's moving blades tell the story of Westeros and its shifts of power, echoing the ever-turning wheel of fortune, the wheel that Daenerys Targaryen vows to break. A young dragon in peaceful pose absorbs the sun's radiance. The it's very tiny writing. The petal-like sun rays evoke the sunflower, symbol of growth and strength, which also appears in the urn in this garden. Oh, it's Dragon. That's right. This particular dragon's name is Dragon. So Dragon is sheltered by a stone wall, which signifies protection and sanctuary. Daenerys named her dragon after Khal Drogo, her late husband, whom she called My Sun and Stars. So I don't know if that was particularly helpful to everyone, but I do love this, again, this kind of concept of still bringing in the boundary and the protection and all of that. Brenda said, sunflowers for me symbolize looking to your higher power. Oak Mama says he's realizing his power and strength. No spoilers. Yeah, I don't think there were any in that one, were there? That was where the dragons were really starting to realize their power. True, Mundy. Yes. Yeah, the rings around the sun really make me think of how everything revolves around our sun. Ooh, true. An atom-like sun, says Elle, the smallest part of a chemical element that can exist. Even the smallest light can make an astronomical difference or impact, right? Kind of getting back to that concept of the baby steps even, right? Bassett says, since they are coming over the wall, maybe our past wants to come to the light of our consciousness, but with our inner strength, fused by the sun, allows us to let all the dark behind us. Kay says, perhaps our new ventures will grow and bloom like the dragon and the flowers. So let's answer our fifth and final question from Emily, which is, how can we hold space for ourselves with healing this week? How can we hold space for ourselves with healing this week? I feel like our questions all sort of had a similar core theme running through them, don't you? Which I think is great. And once again, the first thing that comes to mind is bask in the sun like this dragon, right? Allow yourself to take that time to enjoy the sun and feel warm and content, right? But don't be afraid to look to the things that need to be brought into consciousness. Anybody else have thoughts on that? How can we hold space for ourselves with healing this week? Right? You know, this dragon isn't out in a crowd, right? You know, he's really taking that time to reflect on the things that he needs to bring to his consciousness. That's what I've decided he's doing in this card. So, am I still here? Are you guys still there? Is everybody? I'm not sure what to say. Grab a good book with dragons in it, says Bastet. Ooh, I like that. Okay, here comes the chat. Here comes the chat. Here comes the chat. Make space within the safe garden wall. Drink in that energy. The ball of energy looks so protective as well. So maybe it's about those boundaries and protective measures too. Ooh, very good point, Emily. I love that. Shane, find your sanctuary. A garden, a spot in the sun, bask in what makes you happy, a chair with coffee, ooh, and a book. Yes, I am now happy. Right there, Shane. A patio hangout or something? Elle said, be non-judgmental of yourself and your thoughts. Kay, take time to do things that will help refresh your spirituality and or beliefs. All right, I'm going to keep this one short because we are running super long today, and we still have to cover really quickly, at least, there is some, right, our reverse meanings of the sun, and then I want to give you activities. Maybe we'll have a really good activity this week, and you'll all want to put it in the Facebook group to entertain me and allow me to bask in the light of the joy you bring me in the Tarot Play Date Facebook group. How's that for a plug, right? All right, so while you guys are thinking about reverse meanings, I'm going to see what Chris said. And Susie said, know who you love. Chris said, so we need to appreciate that, like the planets moving around the sun, all taking their own amount of time. We all take our own amount of time to heal. Can't rush this process, just need to let it happen. Jonathan, be okay with being alone with yourself. Nourish yourself with the things you love. Neem said, don't harness the energy of the sun. Let the energy of the sun just flow as if the sun shines on you. Have your moment and shine. Ooh, I like that. Bastet says, the sun in the block position always makes me look out for shadow and the dark. Yes. So, and I usually say this, but, you know, not everybody reads reversals, right? And I'm one of them. But sometimes this card will come up in a position in a spread where you're indicating some kind of blocking energy or a challenge to overcome. And you're like, sun comes up as a challenge. I don't need to overcome that, right? So we need to be thinking about what that might mean. Book Mama says reversal, lack of success, temporary depression. Shane says suns also don't have to be literal. Find something that is your sun, like a friendly house wolf or dog or something. So kind of answering that previous question there. Kiana coming in for us with the reversals, the same as the upright, but with delays. Happiness may mix with sadness. An issue becomes less clear, lack of clarity. Perhaps this boundary or this barrier gets a little bit harder to get past, or maybe it's being put up in a defensive position rather than in a protective position. Patrice says in reverse, it looks like it's illuminating what's underneath, right? So maybe having to break through the subconscious to get through the conscious when it's like this. Ooh, I like that, Patrice. Jonathan, reverse, the sun can be very negative. Consider a star at the end of its life. It becomes volatile and dangerous. After that, it shrinks and becomes a white dwarf, also known as a dead star. Oh, I remember that from my astronomy class way back in the day. But that also kind of people earlier were saying, be careful of flying too close to the sun, right? Don't get burned, but also don't try to get stuck here, right? We have to keep moving. We have to keep progressing on our path, right? We still have to get to the world, right? So this is not a stopping point. So we want to make sure that while we want to make sure we take this time and enjoy it and appreciate it, we need to make sure we move past it. Maybe that's not reversed. I don't know what that is, but it's something. I've decided it's something. Kay says, one step at a time for achievements. Expect obstacles to overcome, but that will make you stronger. Yeah, I think that's almost kind of what I was saying too. Sue said, hold on to the horse. Delays self-doubt, not allowing yourself to enjoy life, says Kathy. Emily says, reverse, intensity of emotions, passions, acting out of fears, insecurity, arrogance, toxicity. Chris, reversed. We are maybe trying to hang on to the sun phrase and just stay happy campers, but the judgment needs to come. We need to deal with our past shit in order to achieve true happiness of the world. Yes, exactly. Soldier, puppy, dog coming in for pets. See, those little moments are sunshining, right? Jonathan, the sun reverse can be seen as violent with too much energy being produced and no outlet for it, like hyperactive behavior. So kind of manic, right? Alternatively, it can be seen as dead. I've never seen this card as dead, but that's, it's a fair warning, right? T-Cat says feeling insecure and not knowing how to make yourself more forthcoming to others. Oh, Mama says that wall is bearing down on everything. Yeah, that's kind of what was grabbing my attention with this, for sure. Emily, and denial, light and love, good vibes only, right? So again, getting into that toxic positivity that we were talking about earlier today, spiritual bypassing, right? We have to maintain that level of consciousness that allows us to deal with things in a real and productive way. Pretending everything is good, la la la, is not going to get it's not going to get it done, right? A sun reversed represents depression, low energy, a lack of enthusiasm, and short-sightedness. Myrna says there are no mountaintops without valleys, right? You got to have your ups and downs for a mountain to exist. The reversed song should be from Rammstein, Soon. I don't know that song. You could put it in the Playdate Facebook group if you want to, though. All right, folks, you have been awesome. Let's see what our activity is for the week. I mean, is anybody using this thing? Should I just stop with it? I really, if one person gives me a yes, I'm doing the activities in this book, I will continue to read them. Otherwise, I may just abandon it for Tarot Playdate because I don't want to clutter it. I want to keep to the things that we enjoy doing. So let me know about this. Jody said, don't stop. Don't stop what? Don't stop using the book. I still got activities, but let me clarify that for me, Jody. I need Myrna, you're using it? You're using the book? Let's see. We've got abandonment. Susie. Okay. Saw the book, says Elle. So Myrna, is that a yes, you're using the book? Jody says do the activity. All right. I'm going to read it. We still have some people who are using it, which I love. So if it helps you and it makes you happy, I will do it, because those of you who don't want to play with the book, you don't have to. That's the beauty of it. Look at that gorgeous sun artwork there. So the activity in the book is on page 46 called Whodunit. Ooh, a crime has been committed, a most heinous murder. Yes, this seems very appropriate for the sun card, doesn't it? So, one of the court cards is responsible, but which one? Okay, so that is an activity that for some reason has been associated with the sun card that you can do, or you can choose and participate in our alternative activity for the week. I'm so glad we got the sun today. Okay, our activity this week. Ooh, this is courtesy of me. So either you're welcome or I'm sorry. Dance with joy. The sun can often be one of the happiest. Okay, we need a T in there. The happiest card in the deck. Let it reveal to you. I need to get that T in there before I copy this into the description box. Okay, let it reveal to you what you should be celebrating now in your life. Grab your deck. Put on one of your favorite dance tunes. Here comes the sun. It's all right. And yet you know what's coming next. Dance it out. Grab your deck. I want you to dance with your deck if you can. And if you are not very mobile, you can dance in your chair. You don't have to stand. If you don't dance, just move your body in any way that you can to the music. Bonus points for doing this outside when the sun is shining. Once the song ends, ask your deck this question. What in my life deserves celebrating right now? And then pull a card for the answer. So I want you to dance with your deck in the sun if you can, and see what it reveals to you that you could be celebrating in your life right now. You may feel goofy, but I bet you'll feel good, right? And any excuse to dance. Anybody who saw my interview over at Rochelle's yesterday, you probably heard me talk quite a few times about my passion for dance. So looking back on these activities that we drafted up in the 24 hours before Playdate launched, I am not surprised to see that it made its way in there somewhere. So, all right, you guys, I want to say thank you very much once again for a fantastic Playdate, for hanging with me even a little bit longer than normal. I hope you have a wonderful sun-filled week. And I hope you will share with me your sun cards, experiences, anything that you have throughout the week, either here next week in Playdate. Put it in the comments below if you're watching later. I really love to see, even if you're watching it back, I would love to see some of the thoughts that you're bringing to the table, because I know it sometimes feels like maybe it's too late to participate, but it never ever is. And then in our Tarot Playdate Facebook group, which I think I'll put a link to in the comments earlier, or in the chat earlier. Oh, and there it is again. All right, thanks, you guys. I am sending so much love and lots of sunlight your way, and I will see you all next week. Bye. I think TK said bye too.